According to NASA, the 10 most recent years are the warmest on record. When I was in New York, hence the hat, I saw the climate clock in real life. It's basically a huge clock on display that tells us how long we have until our planet reaches an irreversible state. Mind you, this clip was taken a year ago, so at the moment it's showing less than 5 years. That alone is terrifying to me. And not to be a Debbie Downer, but it should kind of be terrifying to all of us. In saying that, I've talked to a lot of people in this last year about this issue, and you'd be surprised how many times I heard, "Oh, that's not my problem," or "It's all going downhill anyways, what should I do about it?" Now that is what I call a horrible mindset. A lot of you may be thinking, well, what can I actually do to change that? I don't own a big corporation. I don't have any power in it. But actually, you do. It's less about how much of an impact you're making as an individual, but if everyone collectively makes these little changes, we can make a huge difference. Do you know how many people there are on this earth? There are 8 billion people. If the majority of us could get on the same page about this, we would be making a huge difference. So today, I thought that I would walk you through 10 easy steps that I do to actually live more sustainably. We all know that plastics are really bad for the environment, but what about those moments where you really can't use anything else but plastics? For example, the first thing that I do every morning is wake up and take my dog for a walk. Obviously, she does her business, and this is kind of a side note. As I'm saying this, she is wanting to say hi. As a side note, my dog, this is probably TMI and I probably shouldn't say this, but I feel like Zella does her business just for fun sometimes. Like, sometimes she'll go poop 3 times on a walk. It's ridiculous. Obviously, hygienically, I can't really use anything but a dog poop bag. However, there are other choices that you can make as a consumer that are better for the environment. I've been using these compostable poop bags. They're actually made out of plant starch. It's all 100% biodegradable, way better for the environment. It can go straight in the compost bin, which is awesome. Second thing I do, every time I run out of hand soap or dishwashing liquid, I always opt to get the refill bags instead of another small plastic hand washing.
What is the word that I'm looking for?
Hand soap bottle. Yeah, the hand soap bottle. This particular one that I'm using uses 80% less plastic per 100 milliliters, which is obviously going to be better for the environment. The ingredients of the soap also consist of natural derivatives, meaning that it's much less harmful to our waterways, because another huge issue that we are facing as a planet is our waterways and the eutrophication that comes with pollution from our sewage. Third really easy thing, guys, if you're not doing this, what are you doing? Use a reusable bag when you go to the supermarket. I'm not gonna lie, I'm expecting you guys to be doing this, because if you're not, what are you doing? Are you really out here still using plastic bags? That's some L behavior right there. I think my L is backwards. Pull yourself together. Another thing related to grocery shopping is opting to buy unpackaged foods. Now, when you go to the supermarket, you can find a lot of the times they sell mushrooms or tomatoes in plastic wrapping, which obviously is not great for the environment. And mind you, I've done it before. That's something that I've more recently made a conscious decision about, is just opting to get the fruits and veggies as they are. So 5th tip, another thing that you guys should be doing, but you'd be surprised how many people I've encountered that still don't do this, but it is recycling.
Reduce. Reuse. Itiki.
That is one of my favorite memes ever. Anyway, that's an easy one. Make sure you're checking your bins and checking what is actually able to be recycled, because a lot of the times people will be recycling incorrectly, which we don't want to do. So check your recycling bins. Have a little recycling bin in your home. I personally use a cardboard box for my recycling, just because I can also recycle that when I'm done with it. It's like a full cycle moment. It's great. It's kind of poetic in a sense. 6th thing we can do, and I am such an advocate for this, use your own water bottle. Currently, I'm using this big boy here. This has been with me since the 9th grade or maybe the 10th grade. It's been with me for a while. I do have a water bottle that is a bit smaller, but as you guys maybe know, I'm still doing my 75 soft challenge and I need to drink 3 liters every day. So I have this one because it's exactly a liter big. When I tell you, I have brought my water bottle to ridiculous places. I've brought it out to the club. I've brought it out to a party. I've done it all. So nothing should stop you. It's cool to bring your water bottle places. Okay, guys? Let's please start normalizing bringing your water bottle places, because as a human being, you need to be hydrated. There's no shame in that. Why would you still use plastic water bottles? I still don't understand that. 7th thing, very similar to this, but bring a keep cup whenever you are wanting to go out for a coffee. I a lot of the times will go on my morning walk with my dog, I am in need of a coffee. But sometimes I will bring my Keep Cup with me and get a coffee while I'm out. Or I will make a coffee at home and bring with me on my walk. It's great. It's awesome. I love it so much. I have one that keeps my coffee hot, which is amazing. And there's a lot of good sustainable brands out there. So have a look and make sure that you get one that you really like to use. Same thing with your water bottle. Find one that you think is cute, that you like to bring around. You know, if you're a Hydro Flask girly, go ahead and get your Hydro Flask if that makes you actually bring it around with you. The 8th tip that I want you guys to really try and implement is to eat less meat. I've been pescatarian for around half a year now. It's obviously not a long time. It's something that I've always wanted to do. Fish is a lot more sustainable to produce than meat. And when I say meat, I obviously mean like beef, pork, all that stuff. This change actually happened when, I don't know if you guys are familiar with her, but if you guys know Jane Goodall, shout out to Jane Goodall because she is my role model. I have loved that woman ever since, I don't even know how old. I've loved her since forever. But she came to Melbourne and she had a talk, which I went to by myself. I bought my ticket and I said, I'm there front row. And she was just saying the main thing that you can do to actually make change is do it by your actions. That should be a given, obviously. But hearing her say that was really inspiring. And I thought, you know what? Today's the day I'm going to start being pescatarian. And ever since that day, I've been pescatarian. I haven't broken it. I've been pretty good about it. And in saying that, I'm not perfect. I know that there's veganism and I could even be vegetarian and all this stuff. But I also want to keep these tips realistic. I'm not going to tell all of you to immediately go vegan because one, not all of you are going to do that. And two, it's just not sustainable for a lot of us. I get it. Hey, I'm pretty understanding. I'm open-minded. I get it. But I do want to advocate for eating less meat. There was a time and place where humans were only eating meat once a week, and that was the norm, and that was fine. We were doing completely fine. So if we can somehow lessen the amount of meat that we intake, our planet will thank us for it. Less meat equals less heat. Let's remember that. Thank you. Okay, these last 2 tips are just for the girlies. So if you're not a girly, you're totally fine to click off. I know I probably shouldn't be saying that, but click off if you're a guy. That's fine. Tip number 9, use reusable makeup pads. A lot of them are made with organic cotton and they come with these reusable pouches. So once you're done using them a couple times, you can just chuck them in the laundry and you have new makeup pads. I don't know if you could hear my dog just drinking a whole liter of water. But tip number 10 is using a menstrual cup. Now, this may be TMI. If you don't want to hear about this, that's totally fine. But I have been using mine for, I want to say 7 years, maybe. I've been using it for a while. And these things are so great for so many reasons. I cannot stress this enough. The 2 major problems I had with using a tampon was that 1, it would hurt and sit uncomfortably up there. And 2, it would leak, which that's literally your whole job.
Like, what do you mean you're gonna leak? That's crazy.
Now, with the cup, those 2 problems completely gone. Plus more. Let me get into it. Also, if any of my girlfriends are watching and we've had this conversation, you're gonna be like, please, Yumes, let's stop, because I have given this speech to so many of my friends. It's ridiculous. But with the cup, because it's made out of medical grade silicone, once you put it up in there, it basically molds to the shape of your fahuni. Meaning that when you cramp, normally with a tampon, it's sitting in there, and while you're contracting, the tampon obviously stays stiff in there. Whereas with the cup, it'll move along with the wall of your fahuni. So the cramps feel less intense and you can barely feel that it's even there. With the leakage, I have never ever had a problem with leakage. Granted, when I first started using it, it took a little bit of time to learn how exactly to fit it in. But once I got the hang of it, I've literally never had a leaking problem. And it's been 7 years. That is a great track record for the cup. Some more bonus points is that you can leave it in for 12 hours. So basically what I normally do is I will put it in the morning, and at the end of the day, I'll take a shower, take it out, clean it, pop it back in for the night, and you're good. You don't have to worry about running to the bathroom. If you've got a busy day, if you don't have time to be dealing with this, never have to worry about it. On a long flight, that would always be my stress, is, bringing enough pads and tampons and liners and all this stuff. With the cup, you just stick it on up in there, and for the most part, it's fine for for 12 hours. And then environmentally, obviously, it's been super good. I can't even imagine how much plastic I have saved in the last 7 years due to me using the cup instead of tampons with applicators and pads with plastic in them. I'm a huge advocate for using the cup. I understand that, a lot of girls are kind of scared to start trying to use the cup because it is a little daunting. I get that. I am happy to make a whole video about this topic because I'm very passionate about it. That is probably my longest lasting sustainable change that I've made in my life, and I couldn't be happier for it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was a little bit insightful. If you did like it, give it a little thumbs up. If you are not subscribed, consider subscribing if you'd like. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Ayy, I got the recipe, never gonna let any op get the best of me. Thought it was distance, but haters is next to me.